Hello and welcome to the video. This is a quick video looking at this new camera from RunCam. This is the brand new RunCam Racer Nano. Now, for those of you that watch the channel, you know that I quite like the Racer series of cameras from RunCam, and I've used them in a couple of builds, but I've not had one that's this small before. Now, I was very lucky. I managed to get my hands on a pre-release one, so this is something that I've been playing with for 4 or 5 weeks, but I didn't want to make the video until I had the final version in my hand. So this is around $36. It comes in both a 2.1 and a 1.8mm lens variant. It is very small. It's a nano sized camera, so it's about 14 by 14 millimeters, has a very low latency, about 6 milliseconds, has control via both the traditional joystick that is included in the box, as well as the gesture control that we've started to see on some of the other RunCam cameras. In the package, as well as the camera itself, the leads at the back are there. There's a 3-pin for the standard connection to run the thing. You really want to be aiming for a nice clean 5-volt supply for this, as well as the little flying lead for the on-screen display joystick. There's also a nice little TPU bracket, which came in very handy for me, because I'm going to put this into a model. I'll show you what it's actually like flying around, and a little screw bag as well to help you mount it in whatever you're interested in. This is a super wide dynamic range CMOS sensor based camera, 700 TVL lines. It is switchable between 4.3 and 16.9 and is also switchable between NTSC and PAL. 3 one-touch scene settings: personal, light, tracks and darkness. The demo that I'm going to do is on personal with all the standard defaults. Minimum illumination is 0.01 lux. The voltage range to run this thing is 3.3 to 5.5 volts, so I would really treat this as a 5-volt camera, and it'll pull a typical amount of current for an FPV camera, about 120-130 milliamps. Weight is only 3.6 grams. Now, I was looking for a model to fit this into, to do some flying with, to get some footage. And the camera that's in this model, this is my Emax Babyhawk. I've had it over a year. It still makes me grin like a Cheshire cat every time I go and fly it. It's an amazing little outdoor model. The camera in it is fine. If you want to have a look at what the original camera's quality was like, I'll put a link in the description to the review of this thing. But this latest nano camera from RunCam is going to fit beautifully, and putting the TPU shroud around it, it's going to fit great, as potentially provide a little bit of anti-vibration protection for the camera too. I do like the fact that that surround is made of TPU rather than hard plastic. So that's enough of looking at the thing. Let's go out. I'll show some footage and talk about what I like. With the nano cameras I've used up till now, there is a slight compromise in the quality of the image that you get. The sensors are relatively small and the lenses are too, and there's an awful lot of technology packed into a very small physical size. So you can expect that it won't perform as well as either a mini or a standard size camera. But the surprising thing for me is how well this performs. I forget that it's a little nano camera. The kind of performance that this is delivering is something that I'd expect in a much physically bigger unit. Now, I was lucky enough to get my hands on one of the pre-release versions of this and do some testing with it. And the picture in lots of varying light conditions is very good. That wide dynamic range means that you can look directly into the sun, and everything on the floor isn't underexposed. You can see exactly what you're doing. The image is very clear. There's a little bit of distortion in here, but I'm flying on a linear antenna, and the rapid fire is doing its best as I'm zooming around the field, but I can very clearly see where I'm heading for, and I can see very clearly the white goalposts in the field that I'm flying around and having fun with. So if you're in the market for a nano sized camera and weight is everything, but you want a really nice image, then this latest RunCam Racer Nano seems to fit the bill. I do like the fact there is the 2 versions with the 2 different field of views. And I do like the fact it's also switchable between 4.3, 16.9, PAL, NTSC, as well as have all the standard settings that you can change via the menu, as well as the gesture control. Gesture control for me is a nice to have. It isn't absolutely necessary. To be honest, I kind of forget about which cameras I've got in which model and which ones I can do that with anyway. I just tend to plug a joystick into the side of it if I haven't wired it into the flight controller. And if I get a really nice flying model like the Babyhawk again, then this is probably what I'll swap the camera to if it isn't already fitted. Thanks for watching the video and watching right to the very end. You can find me in all the usual places on social media, and if you like the video and like what I'm doing here, then hit the subscribe button and hit the bell notification icon too. If you really like what I'm doing, you can go the extra mile and become one of my Patreons for access to me directly for support, and also giveaways and regular updates too. If you're looking for particular content, then check out the playlist. I organise all of my videos into playlists, so if you're looking for a particular topic, you can find everything here. If it's called Introduction To, it's designed to start very simply and build on that simple introduction to teach you all about it. If it's called For Beginners, then that is really aimed at people who are brand new to that part of the hobby. You can also search on YouTube for anything that you're interested in using the search function at the top. So iNav Painless 360 will find all of my videos and even the playlist around iNav. So thanks again for watching and happy flying.